Hello friends, today we are discussing the part 2 of human health and diseases. In this video we are going to cover mainly two topics, that is topics to be covered. इसमें दो टॉपिक हम कवर करने वाले हैं जो कि फर्स्ट वन है टाइप्स ऑफ डिजीजेस। टाइप्स ऑफ डिजीजेस इसके अंदर आएगा कॉन्जेनिटल एंड एक्वायर्ड और दूसरा है पैथोजन। व्हाट इज पैथोजन? सो इन दिस वीडियो वी आर गोइंग टू कवर टू टॉपिक्स, दैट इज टाइप्स ऑफ डिजीजेस एंड सेकेंड वन जिसको हम बोलेंगे second one is pathogen. Now first one, what is disease? What is disease? disease को अगर हम समझे, डिज यानी अवे और ईज यानी comfort. Diseases means which takes the comfort of our body. जो हमारा ईज ले लेता है उसको हम बोलेंगे डिजीज. Disease means generally impairment of body functions. It impairs our body functions. Now, impairment of body functions are generally associated with certain signs and symptoms. So, whenever we are encountering with any disease, then our body shows certain signs or symptoms. So, this is impairment is associated with certain signs and symptoms, right? Now we will discuss about the types of diseases. So over here we are having mainly two types of diseases. Diseases are broadly categorized into two. One is acquired and another one is congenital. Okay, now we are discussing about the types of diseases. Types of diseases are mainly categorized into two. First one is congenital and second one is acquired. So over here we are going to discuss one by one both of them. First one is congenital. So let us write over here types of diseases. Types of diseases are further categorized into two. That is, first one is congenital or congenital diseases and second one is acquired diseases. Now talking about the congenital diseases. Congenital diseases are diseases which are present from birth. ये एक ऐसी डिजीज है जो बर्थ से ही बॉडी के अंदर होती है. सो दिस डिजीजेस दे आर प्रेजेंट फ्रॉम बर्थ. Present from birth. Now, how these diseases are present from birth? These diseases are caused due to inheritance of genes from the parents to offsprings, and this we have already discussed in genetics, and we have also discussed about the certain diseases caused due to recessive genes. So basically this congenital diseases, the genes inherited from parents, causes diseases. इसके बाद इसका हम आगे का नेचर देखें. दे आर नॉन इन्फेक्शियस. दे आर नॉट स्प्रेड फ्रॉम वन टू अनदर बाय फूड, एयर और एनी टाइम. So basically these diseases are non-infectious. This they are non-infectious. Now non-infectious means they are not spread. They are not spread by various modes that are either air, food, water, etc. So basically they are non-infectious. Let us now know some of the examples. There are many, but we can understand by some of the examples. First we can say, which is present also in standard 12 genetics, that is color blindness. We can say color blindness. Second is sickle cell anemia. Due to the presence of genes, this generally brings impairment of body functions. They can change the physiological functions, or they can stop the physiological functions due to the absence of certain enzymes, and this can also bring some morphological changes. Okay, so this is all about the congenital diseases. Now we are talking about acquired diseases. These they are acquired by an individual during any stage of its life. कोई भी स्टेज पर वो acquire करता है, either by the mode of pathogen or by other ways, by the lifestyle. Certain diseases are referred as acquired diseases. So they are acquired by individual at any stage of life. Now we also know acquired diseases are of many types, and this chapter is generally of acquired diseases. So acquired diseases are further categorized into two. They are further categorized into two. First one is communicable disease and another one is non-communicable disease. So we will talk about the communicable and non-communicable diseases. Now talking about the acquired diseases. Acquired diseases are further classified into two. First one is communicable. First one is communicable and another one is non-communicable. So first let's say about communicable. इसको हम बोलेंगे infectious or infectious. These communicable diseases are generally spread from one person to another. Communicable इसलिए इसको बोलते हैं क्योंकि ये एक पर्सन से दूसरे पर्सन को कम्युनिकेट होता है, एंड दैट इज बाय आइदर बाय कांटेक्ट. जैसे कि अभी 2020 में कोविड जो कांटेक्ट से स्प्रेड हो रहा है. COVID-19 इज अ टाइप ऑफ पेंडेमिक विच इज स्प्रेडेड बाय वायरस, एंड it spreads from one person to another by either air or contact. So that type of diseases are called as communicable diseases, and these are also further, they are mainly classified into acquired diseases. So communicable diseases are such diseases that they are spread from one person to another. These are spread from one person to another by contact, air, water, food. They are also spread by the mean they are caused due to various pathogens. They are caused due to biological agents. Biological agents called pathogens. These are caused due to biological agents called as pathogens like virus, bacteria, protozoans, fungi. These are biological agents like virus, bacteria, then protozoans, fungi. Next one is non-communicable or non-infectious diseases. Non-communicable diseases. This non-communicable disease does not spread from one person to another person. They are generally confined within the person. So basically this type of disease are not getting spread. So over here they are not spread from one person to another. And that is why that is confined to person only. This, let us take example of the non-communicable diseases. Let's say example of non-communicable disease, diabetes. Diabetes is non-communicable disease. Second, if we talk cancer, cancer is also non-communicable disease. In case of communicable disease, we can take simple example which we are getting encountered, that is common cold. Common cold is the best example, that is caused due to the droplet infection passed by an infectious person, and when it is inhaled by another person, that can cause common cold, which is caused by a virus called as rhinovirus. So common cold, then you can take example as typhoid. Typhoid is also caused by bacteria, so that is salmonella typhi, and that is under the communicable diseases. There are many diseases in with that we can categorize under communicable diseases. Now what are pathogens? Pathogens are organisms. These are organisms like bacteria. Organisms like bacteria, protozoans, yeast, molds, and parasitic worms. And parasitic worms causing diseases. Causing diseases are referred as pathogens. Virus is not a living organism. It is a type of chemical. Living chemical, we can refer it as living chemical because it is not having the cellular structure, but it is also entering the body and it is also affecting the body. So what is the role of this pathogen? Basically, if we are saying parasitic worms first, parasitic worms, all parasites are generally considered to be pathogens. All parasites are pathogen because this parasite is entering the host and it is affecting the host in negative manner. So we can say all parasites are pathogens. And and now when pathogen enters the body, when the pathogen enters body, this pathogen entering into the body multiply and मल्टीप्लाई इन द बॉडी. एक बार एंटर होने के बाद वहां पर उसका नंबर वो मल्टीप्लाई करता है, मल्टीप्लाई एंड इट इंटरफियर्स द वाइटल एक्टिविटीज ऑफ द बॉडी विच आर एसेंशियल फॉर लिविंग. इट इज इंटरफियरिंग द वाइटल एक्टिविटीज and due to this interference it brings certain morphological and functional changes in organism. So it brings morphological and functional changes in organisms. So this is the working of pathogen. Now we will see basic terms, that is inoculative period, incubation period. That is we are going to discuss these basic terms as in the next part. The video of next part will be based on the diseases generally caused by bacteria and virus. So these terms will be often used, that is incubation period. So we will discuss about it. Now we are discussing some general terms, जिसमें पहला है incubation period, which is very very important in certain diseases. We will discuss about the incubation period. जैसे what is incubation period nowadays? The disease which is pandemic in 2019 and 20 called as COVID-19. Doctors and in general articles also we have observed that incubation period of coronavirus is from 1 to 14 days. So what is incubation period? Incubation period is a time interval between, that is time interval between the entry of pathogen. जैसे कि पैथोजन हमारे बॉडी में एंटर हुआ और उसके बाद फर्स्ट सिम्टम हमारे बॉडी में जब अपीयर होता है, that is called, that time interval is referred as incubation period. So if we talk about the interval period of typhoid, the interval period when pathogen enters into the body and up to when the symptoms gets appeared, that can vary from 1 week to 3 weeks. Same is in case of pneumonia. If we talk about pneumonia, 1 to 3 days is the incubation period of pneumonia. So in this case, let's say example of typhoid. Typhoid is well known disease which has incubation period of 1 to 3 weeks, and pneumonia is having incubation period of 1 to 3 days. And let's say COVID-19 is pandemic now and its incubation is 1 to 14 days. So that is the time interval between the entry of pathogen and appearance of first symptom. Now another is a window period. It is a period between the infection and when it is first detected in the laboratory. जैसे कि आपको कोई डिजीज हुआ और उसके बाद जब आप लेबोरेटरी में जाके चेक करवाते हो, तो पीरियड बिटवीन दैट इज रिफर्ड एज विंडो पीरियड. So why go to the laboratory, because it cannot be detected in certain diseases you cannot detect by your own. We require help of laboratory by certain test, that is Vidal test in case of typhoid. So we can detect it by laboratory test. And the third one is inoculative infections. In certain diseases, pathogens are directly entered into the blood. Let's say malaria. The malarial parasite directly enters into the blood, and that is called as inoculative infection. You can take example of malaria. So these are basic terms. In part 3 video, we are going to discuss about the types of diseases caused by bacteria. Later on, we will also discuss about the types of disease which are caused by virus. Thank you.